What's good, everybody? It's Kaige-O Gaming, and we are back with some more Mass Effect 2. Now, last time we left off, we completed the mission with the Reaper artifact, which was pretty crazy. Solo mission, very difficult. And we got 3 new party members. We can bring Tali back, the Justicar, and the Assassin. We have something with the Shadow Broker, and then we have 4 party members to talk to. But also, I want to go back and help this struggling Quarian. Now, truthfully, I recorded like 45 minutes of this episode. And our cat, Enzo, decided he wanted to jump on top of my PC, press the power button on my PC, shut down everything, and my recording got corrupted. I went back and I started this episode again and realized that some of these conversations, like Jacob in particular...
I hope we can clear up what's going on with the Gernsback, Commander. Doubt my father's alive after all this time. Was there anything else? Just eager to get going.
Even though I'm pretty sure this load is before talking to them, because I went back and watched the end of our last episode to see if we had already talked to him at the end of the episode, that is not the case. So...
We'll talk later.
Sadly,
Commander.
at least if right now I haven't talked to Jack yet, Miranda's dialogue we can get back. Morden, he has his full dialogue, but for some reason something is wrong with Jack's dialogue to where we can't hear it again. So I do apologize about that. Talk to Jacob in the armory on the Normandy CIC deck, which we did apparently. Travel to Aya in the Alpha Draconis system located in the Rosetta Nebula. So if we look at his quest, 10 years ago, Jacob's father disappeared along with Hugo Gernsback, the privately held frigate on which he served as first officer. Last week, the ship's beacon sent out a distress call reporting a crash on the planet Aya. Jacob would like to investigate. Now, obviously, after 10 years of not seeing his father, Jacob kind of made peace with the fact that his father was gone. Well, very weird that after 10 years of his disappearance, all of a sudden there's a distress call. Now, this distress call came through Cerberus to Jacob on, like, his private terminal. So, somehow, they were able to access Jacob. Like, this distress beacon was specifically for Jacob after 10 years. So, Jacob's kind of made amends. I guess his father wasn't really around too much during his childhood, doing a lot of missions or whatever. From my understanding, and I do apologize again for not being able to hear this, but from my understanding, Jacob's relationship with his father was kind of iffy and so-so. So his hopes aren't high for this. Like I said, it's been 10 years since his father's gone missing. He's kind of... It's been 10 years. He's kind of gotten over it at this point. He's kind of accepted the fact that his father's gone. Can't really, there's nothing to rekindle the relationship. There's nothing to speak about. However, he would like to know the answer of whether or not his father's really gone. So, for some reason, we can't have that conversation with him again. I don't really understand what's going on there. Do apologize, everybody. Blame Chunkers, Enzo, for stepping on my PC yesterday. But yeah, basically that's the backstory of his loyalty quest. Sadly, I can't quite remember what mission his father was on. I don't know if it was a scouting mission. I don't really remember. Maybe it's something that I can look up and kind of get some more backstory on. Maybe we'll kind of save Jacob's mission for last, and before we go do it, I'll try and look up some backstory on it. But do apologize for that. But let's go ahead and move forward.
Shepard, important news. Know you're busy. Have to deal with the collectors. Planning attack. Too important to wait. Just receiving data. Still processing, analyzing likely scenarios. Not sure how to begin. Too much intel. You remember our talk? My work on genophage modification?
Okay. We're just going to say remind me.
Why don't you refresh my memory?
Personally led a team, created new version of genophage, released it onto Chunka, other colonies, restabilized Krogan population.
Nice job. I can see why Cerberus brought you on board.
Very difficult, yes. Complex work to stabilize population. Mistake could have wiped out species. Glad to see you understand. Had to be done.
So what does your old job have to do with needing my help?
Blood Pack mercenaries captured former team member. Malin, last seen on Tuchanka, might torture him, make an example. Recovering Malin would be a personal favor to me.
Do you think they found out your team updated the genophage?
Unclear. No way to determine until we get to Tuchanka.
We'll go to Tuchanka and see if we can find your team member.
Appreciate it. My assistant, my student, want to see him safe. Malin last seen outside Erdnot territory. Scouts might have seen Blood Pack. Talk to them or clan chief.
Okay, so we have to go save Morden's buddy. While we're here, we should have some upgrades. Metagel capacity. Let's go ahead and research that. And then we have heavy skin weave. More maximum health. Lord knows we need that. And then Shepard's melee attack is now more powerful. We never really used the melee attack, but we'll take it. And then we also have heavy weapon ammo capacity. And that's going to be everything. So, if we look at our upgrades here, metagel capacity. Was it muscle weave? Yes. Perforating the muscles with microfibers increases overall strength and decreases the potential for muscle damage from exertion. Okay, let's go talk to Miranda. Now, Miranda's kind of the same thing as Jacob, to where, like, she doesn't, like, engage in the conversation right away. But thankfully, when I checked it out, because I had already started this recording and then realized that something was off, there is a dialogue option.
If we have time, I'd like to go to Ilium and relocate my sister's family.
So, obviously this has something to do with her sister's family. So let's go hear what this mission's actually about.
Can you tell me more about relocating your sister?
My father is after my sister. I've kept her hidden for years, but his agents have tracked her to Ilium. I need to help her. You remember what I told you about father? Building a dynasty? There was another reason I went to Cerberus for protection. I have a sister, a twin, and he's still hunting her. Cerberus has kept her safe, until now. She's living a normal life on Ilium, safe and hidden from my father.
So you think your father has tracked her down?
Precisely, Commander. My sources indicate he knows that she's on Ilium. I've tried to keep her hidden without impacting her life, but I'm out of options. He's too close. I need to relocate my sister's family before it's too late.
What do you know about your sister?
She's my genetic twin. We're identical, but she deserves a normal life, and she's going to get it no matter what.
Does your sister's family know about this? Are they okay with being relocated?
They know nothing. They're completely uninvolved. Normal. I told Cerberus, and they're coming up with a positive reason to move the family.
What do you need me to do?
My father is extremely persistent. I'd like to go to Ilium when Cerberus is moving the family to make sure none of his agents get too close. My contact's name is Lantea. She'll be waiting for us in a lounge near the Nos Astra docking bay.
So, if I'm not mistaken, that's exactly how the first conversation went. So, I'm not sure why we had the dialogue option to go ahead and check up, like, basically rehab that conversation with Miranda, but not with Jacob. I also don't understand why, even though we loaded before the fact of talking to them, why it already processed that we had talked to them. A little bit frustrating, a little bit annoying. We missed out on some of Jacob's story, which kind of sucks, but...
I got thoughts like little bugs crawling in and out of my head. I can't stop them.
Jack's story still seems normal. So it was just Jacob.
You know I have a history with Cerberus. You know how far back it goes?
I'll listen to anything you have to say, Jack.
Your pal, the elusive man? Never seen him before, but Cerberus raised me. First thing I remember is my cell door in a Cerberus base. They did experiments, drugged me, tortured me. Whatever chance I had to be normal, they stole it by trying to turn me into some superbiotic. The doctors, the other kids, every one of them hated me. They let me suffer.
What did they hope to gain by torturing a little girl?
It was something about pain breaking down mental barriers and how it might clear the way for a more biotic power. I'm sure there was a payoff due at some point, but I wasn't gonna see it. I was wired up in a cell.
They tortured you just to see if they could make a strong biotic? That's it?
Wasn't in a position to ask, Shepard. All I know is a little girl crying in a cell, begging for the pain to stop.
You love the power they gave you.
They never gave me a choice.
How did you get out of there?
There was some kind of emergency, and I made a break for it. The other kids came out of their cells and attacked me. So did the guards. I just killed everything in my way and ran. Guess my biotics had developed faster than they thought. I managed to get a shuttle off the ground. Drifted until a freighter picked me up. The crew used me, then sold me. That's my uplifting escape story.
There were other children in the base?
I didn't know much about them. I was kept separate. They hated me just like everyone else there. When I broke out, I had to fight through them all. I showed them, but there's a loose end I need to deal with.
You're absolutely certain that Cerberus was running the facility?
I was a kid, but I wasn't dumb. I know how to listen. It was Cerberus. Don't care how far down the chain it was. They thought they were so clever. Turns out, mess with someone's head enough and you can turn a scared kid into an all-powerful bitch. Fucking idiots.
I'm gonna talk to the elusive man, and he'd better have some answers.
He'll just deny everything. That's not what I'm after anyway. I found the coordinates in your files. I want to go to the Telton facility on Pragia where they tortured and drugged me. I want to go to the center of the place, my cell. I want to deploy a big fucking bomb, and I want to watch from orbit when it goes.
Attacking our allies is gonna derail our mission. Not a smart move.
The files say it was shut down after my escape. It's been abandoned for years. They going to care if I blow up a garbage dump?
This mission sounds messy.
You've lived
She
with
does
this your
have a
whole
really
life.
horrible
Why do this
backstory
now?
though.
Like I said, I found the coordinates in your files. You can't expect me to just sit on information like that.
I wonder if there's actually gonna be people there.
I'll set a course for Pragia.
I owe you, Shepard.
Okay. Well, that should be everybody's stuff to catch up on. So, let's go back up. Let's see if we have any unread messages, because I believe we had a couple. And then let's head on over to Omega. Do we still have the Chitin gear on? We do. I'm going to go ahead and change this. Use the final one. Now this one's negotiation bonus, tech and biotic power damage, which is nice, and storm speed. Built specifically for Cerberus field officers, the Infernal armor has a VI dedicated to recognizing signs of stress and medical trauma. This application helps assess soldiers, but can be useful in any high-risk situations. The Infernal's microframe computer also manages biotic amp and omnitool power, and microservos help the wearer's movements to counteract the armor's weight. Okay, so this is our final piece of armor, and then we have like all of the individuals. Also, yeah, if you guys notice, all our fish are dead. I don't know if you're supposed to feed these guys or what. I don't know what the heck happened to my fish, but now we have no fish, so that's cool, I guess. Well, let's go to Omega after we read.
No messages for you, Commander.
Okay, I thought we did have. Okay, I'm pretty sure we do have some stuff, so I'm gonna hope that we can find it all. I'm pretty sure this was one. Cerberus Information Processing. We're aware that your old friend Liara Tassoni has been hunting for the Shadow Broker for several years. We wouldn't mind helping her in that hunt given the broker's past work for the Collectors. We recently uncovered some information that might give Liara a lead on where to find the Shadow Broker's base of operations, but unfortunately she doesn't have much faith in Cerberus intel. If you'd visit Ilium and pass it on to her as a gesture of goodwill, we'd appreciate it. Hey Shepard, I heard I have you to thank for getting out of purgatory. Sent a ship to round me up, but they didn't weapons check good enough. I'm gonna carve your name instead of mine into the next victim as thanks. Got anyone you need dead? You did take a shot at me though on my way out, so I have to kill you now. You know how it goes. Dad taught me that you let anybody hurt you, they get ideas, so you make sure to send them a message. Not like I'm sending now though. See you around. The people who live here are coming back and it's showtime. Look around for your name. I'll make sure you find it before I find you, Billy. The Alliance soldier here gave me his contact information. I hope this reaches you. You said you were trying to stop those collectors. They took my son and brother. Have you found them? Did you know where they are? I know you're looking, but so many people are just gone. Every family lost someone. The children are the worst. Empty desks at the schools. Winter clothes that never got worn. Please, the Alliance isn't doing anything. The Council isn't doing anything. If you can find our people, I'm begging you to do something. Tell me something I can do. Tell me anything. Is that everything? It might be. Okay, and we might have reread some of those. If so, I apologize. I'm just trying to remember everything that we did in the last episode because in my last recording, because for some reason things are messed up. So without further ado, let's go ahead and continue these missions. Let's finally get the ball on the roll here and see what's going on. To Omega we go. Now this one, it doesn't really matter who we take. We'll just take Miranda and Garrus. They should have some level ups. We also have level ups, and I am going to go ahead and go with combat drone, because these guys, this seems like the only thing that really helps us against barriers right now. Turian Rebel, we want weapon damage for Garrus. So Renegade. And then we'll go ahead and take Concussive Shot, because we already have Overload. Cerberus Officer. Increases Miranda's squad leadership abilities, giving an increased combat bonus to squad, or increased health bonus to squad. Leader or Tactician? I think we go for Leader. Increased weapon damage. And then let's go ahead and grab Warp. Again, we already have Overload ourselves. And then our loadout doesn't really matter. Now, when we come through here, which I'm curious as to, like, if we didn't need to come back here, what would happen? But we have these two guys to talk to here.
Psst. Miranda. Psst. Which one is Miranda?
Oh, interesting.
Miranda Lawson. I thought that might be you.
Hello, Ish. Long time no see.
I don't think we brought Amanda last time. Or Miranda.
I take it you've met each other before.
Jacob and I worked a mission with Ish a few years back. He helped us with some information.
One of my finer moments, I'd say.
Is this gonna be a problem?
I've worked with Ish a few times. He's a coward and a liar, but he's useful enough.
You need something?
Well, if you'd be so kind, I hoped you might consider a proposition. I need skilled, trustworthy people to take care of a little business for me. Nothing illegal, of course, but it's paying work.
What kind of business do you do?
Important business. So important that, with your help, we can change Omega.
What do you mean we can change Omega?
Well, I didn't want to say anything, but certain people here have business deals with people throughout the galaxy. If we were to have information involving those deals, we could make some ripples around here. That's all I'll say.
I'm listening.
I'm in the information business, specifically the buying and selling of privileged material. It's nothing illicit. I just need someone to pick up packages in certain locations and bring them to me here.
What's your angle?
No angle. I'm a simple businessman. What do you say?
I can do that.
My contacts use specific drop points. I need you to look outside Merib's shop on the Citadel and inside Eternity on Ilium. Look around for anything that might hold a data package and bring those packages to me. Good seeing you again, Miranda.
Okay. So we got that mission. And then, last time we were here, or what I did last time, I went ahead and bought everything here. So we have heavy skin weave, so additional health, 75k.
This should come in handy.
And then shotgun damage, which would be nice for like Jacob or Grunt. Improves the mass effect field generator, increasing the mass and acceleration of each round fired. Boom. That's everything bought from this guy.
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
And then let's pay for him.
How much do you need to get off Omega?
I still need 1,000 credits to pay my way, but I couldn't let you do that. This is my mistake on my pilgrimage. It's my problem.
And honestly, I thought this was going to be so much more. 1,000 credits ain't nothing. We just spent 125,000 credits.
Here you go. 1,000 credits. Get out of here.
Thank you. With this, I can finally continue on my pilgrimage. I'm going to buy my ticket right now. Thank you again.
Awesome. So we helped him out. We bought everything there. Got +5 Paragon. And I believe that this guy might have something. Strength boost pads. So another armor piece. Go ahead and buy that. It's not too expensive. And then I believe we've already bought everything from here. And that should be all of the shops here. So not bad. So now, this quest that we have here is taking us to the Citadel. So let's go to the Citadel, because this should be an assignment now. Get the packages. Now it says ore. When he first mentioned this quest, when he was talking to us, he said that we needed both packages. But when I went to go grab this package, it said that I could go turn it in. So that was kind of the last point that I left off. We're actually really ahead of time of where I was last time, which is fine. We'll get more done in this episode than originally. I'm gonna stop at the fuel depot because we need probes. We still got over 200k, and then we are going to go to the Citadel. Out of curiosity, let's go ahead and stop on in. I'll let you guys enjoy the cinematic because I am going to look something up. Okay, so just a little recap. Basically, Jacob left a note with Chambers, who is like our little secretary lady who sits by the galaxy map, tells us if we have messages. So at first, Jacob states that he got pinged by a ghost. Then Jacob goes on to explain that he got a message regarding the Hugo Gernsback, the ship his father served, It sent out a distress beacon a week ago, despite being missing for the best part of a decade. Further, it's not normal for that to be routed straight to the Normandy, meaning someone within Cerberus forwarded it to Jacob. You'll also learn that Jacob's father was far from perfect, as while he was honest and owned up to his mistakes, he kept making them regardless. Jacob hadn't spoken to his father for 3 years before the Gernsback went originally missing, so 13 years. So we replied, you don't want to find him? When concluding the conversation, it actually doesn't matter whether you respond wanting to address this or not. Okay, and then, so that was basically the whole conversation. So yeah, it had 3 years before his father went missing. Rocky childhood, it seems, or rocky, like, father figure, but he owned up to his mistakes, however he kept making them. So their relationship is kind of iffy. Again, it doesn't really matter who we bring here. Morden and Grunt. Get these guys leveled up. Now, Krogan Berserker, we want faster regen, because he's gonna be kind of our tankier character. So let's get Pure Blood and Morden. Tech knowledge and strength, increasing the strength of his shields or his weapon damage. I like the Genius. Shields. And then we have both Incinerate and Cryoblast. I'm gonna do Incinerate. More damage on armor. Okay, so let's go find this package, which it should be by one of the shops. So if we look at our map here, I believe it's over here by the warehouse. So rapid transit. So we want to go to this one.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
And it should be right over here. Anto Bektal is a member of the criminal organization headed up by Arya T'Loak, often considered the pirate queen of Omega. While Arya's gang is mostly airtight, Anto has an eye toward outside work. Whether this is an exploitable hole, we're not sure. This is Arya T'Loak after all. While we're here...
Shepard, and this...
Ah, my favorite customer. What can I get you?
Oh, right.
I'm just looking around.
We just look at the kiosk.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Tech damage or shield upgrade. Squad bonus to shields, barriers, and armor. I think we want more damage protection. So that puts us at 144,000. Is there anything that we can get for cheaper than like 50k? Nothing there. Okay. Now if we look at our journal, it says deliver the package. So I guess we just go back and deliver the package. I wonder if Anderson has anything to say. Because we did see Kaidan.
Something I can do for you, Shepard?
Cade Nolenko was on Horizon. He said he was looking into Cerberus.
I know. I approved the mission. We had to find out if they were behind the missing colonists. I couldn't tell anyone without compromising the investigation. I'm sorry.
I thought we were friends. Never expected you to go behind my back.
We didn't know about you at the time. And I wouldn't have told you if I did. What if the elusive man was manipulating you, lying to you? The report actually confirmed your story. I still don't trust Cerberus. But they were right about the collectors abducting the colonists. Unfortunately, Alenko didn't find anything to convince the Council that the Reapers are behind this. Or even that they exist.
Okay.
I better go.
My door is always open.
Alright, well that was kind of cool. Alright, let's go back to the Normandy and all the way back to Omega, I guess. We don't need to watch the cinematic. I didn't mean to talk to you, sorry.
I saw the report mentioned
Oh.
that Kaige-O was there. How did that go?
Oh yeah, we did do this.
We've been through a lot. I wish we could have had more time together.
I understand.
And then,
Anyway,
yeah.
how may I help you?
She doesn't even really
That'll be all.
acknowledge
It's
how
always
I
nice
feel
chatting
about
with
it,
you.
which I thought was kind of weird. Anyways, weird interaction, in my opinion. Okay, so shotgun damage by 50% against shields and biotic barriers. Improves shotguns, heavy shotguns, and assault shotguns for your entire squad. So shotguns seem to be really good against biotics. Because we were kind of thinking, because we struggled a little bit to do damage in the collector mission, so we weren't really sure. Oh, this is all against. So SMGs, shotguns, but assault rifles says all of them. Interesting. So I wonder if shotguns are good against biotic barriers. Anyways, let's go ahead and get our upgrades. Sometimes when Shepard's shields go down, they are instantly fully restored. Kinetic barriers have improved the survival rate of individual soldiers against modern weapons, but attempts to reinforce failing shields with backups have traditionally failed due to interference. This area has remained an active topic of research for Cerberus, and a prototype redundant field generator has been created. With the proper investment, this can be miniaturized for personal use. What? When they go down, they are instantly fully restored? I wonder if that's a cooldown. That's crazy. That's awesome. Okay. Heck yeah. Well, now we got plenty of more survivability.
No messages for you, Commander.
So back to Omega we go. And let's see what turning in this mission does. Now we could have to fight here. I don't know what's about to happen. What does Disruptor do again? I'm gonna take my OG loyalty members. I feel like that just makes the most sense right now because they have the most abilities. Zaid, mercenary veteran, increases weapon damage or health. Yeah, I'm gonna go weapon damage for you. You, my friend, are going to be a warlord. Very cool. Then Kasumi, you can't get anything new. What are you? Infiltrator or Saboteur? Reduces recharge time of her powers. I think I'm gonna go recharge time. Feel like that makes the most sense.
Hello again, my friends. Please tell me you have something for me.
Have you seen what's in these packages?
Why? Did you find something untoward? Certainly nothing worth getting worked up about.
Why do you want information about one of Arya's men?
It's not for me. A lot of people want a leg up on Arya, and they'll pay a lot of credits to get it. If Anto or Arya found out, I'd be ruined. Or killed.
Arya will find out what you're up to, Ish. I don't envy you when that happens.
I think I can handle it.
No one has beaten Arya in centuries. Once she casts down your clients, she'll come looking for you.
You're right. I have to get out of here. Thank you, my friend. You probably just saved my life. Come on, Cell. We have to get out of here.
Oh. Okay. How's our Paragon doing? Ooh, we're almost up on the 3rd tier. Very nice. So that's the end of that mission, huh? So now, the question is what do we do? Do we do Jacob first? I feel like Miranda's the most pressing. Because, like, I don't know. They're all kind of pressing, aren't they? The only one that isn't is Jack. We can do that whenever. But everybody else is like, oh, we got to get to them before they die. We'll help Jacob first, because I gave you guys a rundown of what that mission's about. I don't really know what to expect there. So we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. See how this armor works out too. So yeah, help Jacob, help Jack, recruit Tali. Let's go to the Rosetta Nebula. Why does it say 55%? Oh, because there's a lot here. Let's go help Jacob. Jacob gets the barrier ability, I'm pretty sure. Where's this at? It's in this little place, little system. Alpha Draconis. Okay. Only the 2 planets? 2175 AR2. Still formally unnamed, this planet is a hydrogen-helium gas giant with 21 moon-sized objects. Poor? Really? Could definitely use some more materials. Here we go.
Launching probe.
I want as much platinum as possible. Although we did just use quite a bit of palladium too for those upgrades. I guess this is okay.
Probe away.
Yeah, these scans kind of stink. That one's okay.
Probe away. Probe away. Launching probe.
Good little platinum find.
Launching probe. Launching probe.
Surprised it doesn't say depleted yet.
Probe launched.
There it is. There's the depleted. We'll do one more.
Launching probe.
Boom. Okay. Are we at 50% already? We are. Yeah, this is a really small system. 2175 Aya.
I have detected an anomaly.
Named after an Asari scientist, this remote planet appears to have been on the list of forbidden mass relays that led to uncharted space. The little data available comes from one far-off probe flyby that reports 2 planets orbiting a white dwarf star. Your own scans yield far more interesting results. The planet is within the habitable zone of the star. It has oceans of liquid water and a thin nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere consistent with carbon-based plant life. It is possible this is an as yet unexplored garden world. Oh, it's a rich planet too.
Distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW4610034087. Impact and unscheduled suborbital deceleration recorded.
Launching probe.
Distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW4610034087. Impact and unscheduled suborbital deceleration recorded. General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW.
Hey, this is their distress signal.
Launching probe.
Just trying to listen to
I
it
have
real
found
quick.
something.
Okay, this is just saying the same thing. I do want to keep scanning this before we leave, because that just gave us a good amount of element 0.
Launching
It's a rich
probe.
planet, so we want the scans.
Probe launched.
Yeah, look at how much platinum we're getting.
Launching probe. Probe away. Probe away.
Not too worried about iridium, but this will give us some element 0.
Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe.
Okay, down to 4. So now if we go back, we can land. Alright, perfect. Well, let's go ahead and start Jacob's loyalty mission. We have to take Jacob. So you're going to give us pull and incendiary ammo, heavy pistols and shotguns. So you kind of have armor and health. Shotguns. So you know what? I'm going to take Garrus on this mission. Concussive shot and overload in case we deal with shields. Concussive shot does health. Assault rifles, sniper rifles. You also have ammo piercing. You're the only person we don't have a loyalty mission for, which really kind of bothers me. Because Garrus is my favorite character. Because then you would have be able to deal with both armor and shields. Alright, Jacob. Increases Jacob's health or weapon damage. You're kind of like a tank, especially with the barrier ability. If we go back real quick, just to make sure. That lasts a few seconds and can absorb a large amount of damage. Yeah, so I'm gonna go like tank for you. We're gonna go... Yeah, we're gonna go veteran. And then I'm going to upgrade your pull. And then Garrus, we already upgraded. Cool, cool. Now for us, I don't know what we're dealing with right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the classic grenade launcher, I think. Garrus, you have the Matic rifle. I'm cool with that. Let's do the incisor. And Jacob. Overload shields and barriers and causes massive trauma to unarmored targets. But you have incendiary rounds, which should help against... I'm gonna go the plasma shotgun. Hand cannon is fine. Okay, let's do it. See if we can find Jacob's father.
I have run a scan of the ship. I detect no life signs, but there may be useful technology or information still inside.
Dang, sorry Jacob. No life signs. Kinda sad. No life signs makes me think, Geth. This is the ship.
There it is. And mostly intact. They could have survived impact, but it's been years.
Dude, I'm kinda scared to, like, find out what happens here. Oh, jeez. Is this gonna be Jacob's father?
Looks like it was stripped after the crash. They'd have tried to get a beacon up as soon as possible.
It's a big ship, dude.
Along with this anymore. We've done horrible things to the crew. The conditions they're in, they don't understand what we're doing to them. Distract them for 2 seconds and they forget what you did before the bruises show. It's got to stop. I'm talking to the others as soon as...
That don't sound too good.
Repeat. Toxology alert. Danger of rapid neural decay. Local flora chemically incompatible with human physiology. Override. Beacon resumed. Pause time, 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours.
Okay.
Repeat. Toxology alert. Danger of rapid neural decay.
From the look of it, this beacon's been here a while. Why would they wait years to signal?
Pause in beacon protocol. 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours. Pause is recorded as record deleted by acting captain Ronald Taylor.
That's not right. My father was first officer.
Ronald Taylor was promoted under emergency command protocols. Other flagged issues: unsafe deceleration, local food and neural decay, beacon activation protocols.
I assume unsafe deceleration refers to the crash. Give me the details.
Following an unspecified impact and sublight drive failure, the Hugo Gernsback made an unscheduled descent at 465% of theoretical recommended suborbital velocity. The Hugo Gernsback then decelerated at 782% of theoretical recommended approach velocity, sustaining significant damage to investment and crew.
Why are you comparing the crash to theoretical speeds?
The Hugo Gernsback was constructed off-world. It is not rated for suborbital descent, and doing so exceeded operational parameters.
Okay.
Who's in command of this ship? Where are the survivors?
Captain Harris Fairchild reported killed following unscheduled suborbital descent. First Officer Ronald Taylor promoted in-field to acting captain.
But where is he now?
The location of the remaining crew of the Hugo Gernsback is unknown. This beacon has been unattended for several maintenance cycles.
Why wasn't the beacon activated before now?
This emergency beacon became functional after 358 days, 12 hours. Following the unscheduled suborbital descent of the Hugo Gernsback, activation was triggered remotely after 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours, on the authority of Acting Captain Ronald Taylor. Pause in beacon protocol is recorded as record deleted.
So it is possible he's still alive.
Local food impairs brain functions? What are the effects?
Impairment of mental function due to chemical imbalance begins within 7 days of ingesting local flora, regardless of decontamination or preparation. Impact on higher cognitive abilities and long-term memory is cumulative, but significant within a standard month. It is not known if neural decay is permanent. Data collection was not completed.
Come on, let's get going.
Let's check the ship. My father had the beacon for almost 9 years. Maybe that neural decay affected him.
It must have after so long.
Well, what's this way?
You came from the sky? The leader said someone would come. He delayed for so long, but he still has power. Some have lost faith. The hunters. They will have seen your star. They will not let you help him.
Who are you? What was your rank on the Gernsback?
I can't think. The leader thinks for us and we serve. So we can go home. But some want to fight him. They were cast out. He exiled them, so they hunt his machines and those who help him. They don't believe that rescue will come.
Hunters, they won't stop until the leader is dead.
Kill them! Agents of the liar! He will not escape!
We've been spotted.
Okay, it is shield. Yeah, Garrus, you sit there.
I'm on it.
Jacob, that's cool. I might have you go sniper.
I'm on it.
You're getting flanked, Jacob. You're getting flanked.
Take that!
I don't know if Incendiary will help us here. Garrus, you're down, dude? The heck? I was so excited to bring you. Alright, you're rocking pistol, which I'm not upset by. I just knocked all of their shields. And yeah, now he's burning their health.
Have a nice trip.
Oh, he's dead. Ain't no way he's making it over there.
I've got him!
Okay, let's not die here.
Get over here.
Moving to target.
Jacob.
Sure thing. Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Have a
It's
nice
weird
trip.
because, like, if you don't put them right up against cover, they start being funky. I don't think my grenade will reach that far. The angles of the grenade are a little weird for me still.
I've got him!
I think you missed, actually. Big dog. It's a good attempt, though. Can't believe Garrus went down. So embarrassing. Just hyping him up.
Get over here!
They were insane.
My father wouldn't let this go on. Something is very wrong.
You killed them, but there are more every day. They want to fight, but I just want to go home.
She's lost it. We need to find someone who can make sense of this.
Okay. Wait, so that leads deeper in? But what about the ship? Yeah, that's taking us further onto the island. Let's make sure we're full on ammo and let's hit the ship. Garrus, my dude, you gotta do better for me, brother. You gotta do better for me. I need you. Excuse me? 3,000 credits. This one. This one. And this one. Nice. We need plenty of credits now.
Crash, you can't expect the luxury of due process, but this isn't a military ship. Just bumping the command line up a notch doesn't work. Captain Fairchild knew this crew. His replacement doesn't command the same level of respect. I'm hoping the man has it in him, but I
Oh, jeez. Not good, brother. You're not feeling Jacob's dad. Not feeling him.
What was her name? Sarah? Suzanne? My God, I can't remember. I can't remember her face. We need to get out. So I can remember. Can think straight. They have to hurry.
Jeez. Everybody's going crazy. Alright, that should be everything on the ship now. I didn't know how big that ship was going to be. Like, I didn't know if we were going to be able to go all the way through. So, I wanted to make sure we checked this area out first, but it all worked out in the end. It all worked out. So these people got shields, so I'm glad I brought Garrus, because he has the overload. Kasumi wouldn't have been bad either.
Strip for parts. Tech's wearing out. Those hunters must be laying on the pressure.
Jeez.
Is that a settlement? They'd better be friendlier than the beach group. I need answers.
They're from the same group as the ones that attacked us, but these are docile.
There aren't any men here. Maybe it affects genders differently. Makes males get violent?
Possibly, but the female on the beach said the exiled ones came back as hunters.
It doesn't matter right now. One of these people must know what my father has to do with this.
You have his face. He promised to call the sky, but he sends nothing.
He forced us to eat, to decay. You are cursed with his face.
Not the best reaction to the family resemblance, Jacob.
Why would my father force his crew to eat toxic food? Whatever's happening here needs to stop. Look at these spoiled food stores. They've been eating only that toxic local food for who knows how long. Like that wasn't obvious enough.
Go away. You are like him. You will keep us here.
I can't talk to you. I don't want punishing. He has a cruel face. His cruel face. The hunters will kill you. They fight because he exiled them and waited too long.
He is bad. He has a bad face like the other. Like him. You'll hurt me.
He keeps us, protects us, and we please him like he demands.
Jacob, brother, what is going on with your dad?
Somebody had to push them to make that. That's borderline worship.
How's that worship? It looks like a windmill or something, or... How is that? I'm confused. What was that supposed to show? Dude, what are we gonna have to do about his dad? Oh god. I'm actually scared.
Your captain demands obedience. Weapons are forbidden. Requesting assistance. Critical your captain. Demands obedience. Weapons are forbidden. Impact event. Your captain demands obedience. Weapons are forbidden.
Shoot without question. Not exactly a long-term discipline solution.
Well, that would make them hate him. But maybe it was just for defense.
Oh, brother. Yeah, it was this PDA. 2,100 credits. The doctor.
Please, here. You could end it. You have his face, but you fight his machines. You might stop this. This, I forget how to read, but this was the start. What he promised, and what they did to us. We need the sky. Take us back to the sky.
Jacob, what does it say?
It's a crew logbook. Some of them thought the beacon repair was taking too long. They were afraid they'd run out of supplies and lose their minds to the decay. My father restricted the ship food for himself and the other officers so they wouldn't be affected. Everybody else had to eat the toxic food and hope for treatment later. The rest is a casualty list. A few mutinied over the decision. My father and his officers turned the mechs on them.
The beacon was fixed after a year, so the plan must have worked. Why no signal?
Those weren't the last entries on the casualty list. More incidents, harsh punishments. It's like they're cattle or toys. In a year, all the male crew members are flagged as exiled or dead. They separated out the women, assigned them to officers, like pets. And after the beacon is fixed, the officers appear in the casualties too. After. My father took control and didn't stop it.
Whoa.
Anything in there about whether the effects of the toxic food can be treated?
Nothing. But it seems like the right call. If everyone gets it, who's left to fix the beacon? You'd never get out. But they did fix it. And the signal wasn't sent until now. I'm starting to see why.
Does it say why he separated the men and the women? Or is it as bad as it seems?
No, it turns to gibberish. Maybe the men got violent early on, but from the state of this place, I'd say the Hunter thing is recent. What he allowed here, Shepard, I don't see any justification.
We haven't seen any other officers. He killed them?
There were 5 after the crash. Medical, engineering, bridge staff. Should have had no problem fixing the beacon and keeping people safe. All killed within the same week. About a month after the beacon was repaired.
Do you see an explanation for this? He's your father.
Is he? None of this fits. Maybe the initial decision, but the rest? Abuse of power doesn't get any clearer than this. I need to find this man.
Wow. Wow. This is crazy. Also seems very messed up what's going on here. Run! Fall back.
I'll get there.
On my way.
Perfect. Well, I think before we go any further, we are going to go ahead and end things here because this is starting to get crazy. We are at our time. So, if you're not interested in the Daily Codex, I hope to see you next time. If you are, let's go ahead and get on into it. What do we have here? Is it just the Collector General? I think so. Cerberus xenobiologists believed until recently that the Collectors were coordinated by a biotically active caste. Similar to other insectoid alien species, new evidence suggests the Collectors have a singular commander, a so-called Collector General, that has never been seen on the battlefield. Instead, it selects its minions as remote platforms for its consciousness in a process that has been likened to a biological hack or a cybernetic version of demonic possession. The Collector General can send a secure signal to any one of its minions, smoothly take control of their motor functions, and awaken their previously dormant biotic potential. In a matter of seconds, even the lowliest Collector drone can be upgraded to a battle-hardened biotic commander. If the Collector dies, the General can simply activate and control another body. Postmortem analysis reveals that this command signal relies on cybernetic implants directly installed in the collector's cerebellums. But now the technology's function is presently unknown. Coordinating sensory input and motor functions simultaneous with remotely amplifying biotic abilities is beyond the grasp of current human species. Why such an advanced species would be interested in humans is puzzling. More disturbing still, victims of the Collector say the General has spoken to them and referred to itself by a human name, Harbinger. Spooky. Non-sapient creatures. The Scions. Though the exact fate of species captured by the Collectors is unclear, the humanoid appearance of the Scions gives ghastly clues. The Scions' frame and skull are similar to those of a human or Asari, but the bone structure is overlaid with a metallic resin. Posthumous examination of their bodies reveals a skin tone resembling that of a Reaper husk, but their transformation process seems more extensive. Like husks, they are cybernetically modified on a nanoscale, so they can operate even in hard vacuum. Hoses rather than veins and muscle tissue join major portions of the body together. One arm is replaced with a construct that fits a large rifle, turning the creature into a humanoid weapons platform, and a fleshy sack is supported by the creature's back and head. These sacks contain brain matter and spinal tissue, too much to have come from just one victim. This indicates Scions are an amalgam of several individuals, with one primary victim providing the frame and several secondaries providing the flesh for a decentralized semi-mechanical nervous system. The decentralization makes them highly resistant to gunshot wounds. Even a headshot is not a certain kill. The Scions' weapons, however, indicate that Scions retain some living tissue, or at least sustain some of the same electrochemical reactions as those of a human biotic. The weapon creates a powerful warp effect, which is consistent with the Ezo nodules visible in the Scions' expansive nervous system. Given the rarity of human biotics, it seems likely that these dust-form Ezo nodules are deposited during their transformation rather than requiring a biotic victim in the first place. Alright, let's go through a couple of primaries.
A typical terminus colony possessing minimal tourist value, Horizon promises substantial economic opportunity, especially in providing new products for humans and supplying the Turian hierarchy. Surveyed 18 years ago, Horizon received pilot habitation 4 years later. The colony proper is now 8 years old. Blessed with verdant forests and abundant fresh water, Horizon maintains a colonial culture that thrives as a refuge from the increasing restrictions of Citadel-governed society. Horizon has attracted numerous dissidents, marginal people, and fringe dwellers from across Alliance space. The Collector's particle beam weapon is strangely crafted, possessing few moving parts, lacking any obvious means for disassembly, and containing organic parts. The amount of energy required to create a destructive beam is several orders of magnitude more than the energy required to launch a physical projectile at high velocity via a mass effect field. Lacking any clear ammunition or fuel source, the device likely uses heat sinks or compensators to maintain firing during sustained combat. Current Cerberus efforts to understand the technology and replicate it have failed.
Interesting. Alrighty. Oh, we have something else here. Praetorians.
Hovering tanks resembling a cross between an octopus and a giant crab. Praetorians are well-armored killing machines of mysterious origin. Praetorians employ redundant systems from the multiple humans encased within them. Armed with eye-mounted particle beams and capable of attacks at close range, they teleport to evade attack while regenerating their shields. Within hours after death, the organic components of Praetorian corpses disintegrate into a denatured pus, while their mechanisms turn to ash. One specimen, autopsied within minutes of death, reveals a clue. Nanomachines may disintegrate the Praetorians' organic and mechanical components before self-destructing. If correct, this self-rendering hypothesis could account for 3 documented cases of dead Praetorians apparently releasing or becoming clouds of neurotoxic gases, causing suffocating paralysis and nearly instant death. In one remote facility, 17 soldiers died from gas inhalation while assessing the Praetorian.
Wow.
Any personnel in the vicinity of dead Praetorians are urged to protect themselves with breathing apparatus.
Wow. Very cool. Well, as always, I appreciate y'all for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, peace out, y'all.
This is Captain Ronald Taylor. Thank God you're here. My crew went insane. I only just got free.
God damn it, it's really him. Just got free. He's covering his ass.
Okay, well, we had that going on, so see you next time.